It's Week 12 of the National Football League, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the 49ers and the Giants under the lights on Monday night.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Back to throw. Dillard.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Keller. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they go and start with Barkley.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Operating from the gun. Dillard. McKinnon here. It's complete.
And he will have the Giants first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw. Dillard. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
You look at this Niner defense.
They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
You know, last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That is incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
Santos' kick is up and through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 first downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Purdy's throw taken in here by Chase.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
And even though this is a top 5 rushing offense, and we see this especially early in the game, they're going to do their best to keep you honest. They don't want you getting the habit of stacking the box, so that's a good throw there, and they're able to come up with the first down.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza is sent on to punt.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I'm going to return punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On the ground, it's Jefferson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers.
Justin Jefferson
With career touchdown number 91, he joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others.
And the 49ers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Off the play fake. Dillard in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Trent McDuffie in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense.
They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now Purdy. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Out of the gun, Purdy. He completes this to Walker.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Back to throw, Purdy.
He's got it. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Dillard. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball, the ones in the huddle doing the chirping, right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Roquan Smith drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Presley Harvin now.
Fielded at about the 28. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has.
He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line.
And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Purdy off the play fake. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
Open man right side is St. Brown.
And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. And this offense on third down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third and goal.
Purdy looking to throw
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
And the Giants ready to come out now. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Dillard. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. They go play action here. Purdy.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Kyle Pitts.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The New York set to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dillard.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Dillard. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Back to throw again.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the 49ers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Purdy to throw it on first down. Throw out wide to Walker.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
It's taken to the 26.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Dillard.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Dillard.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tempt to play the field position game.
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Purdy now on 2nd down. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw on 2nd down, Dillard, and that is incomplete here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 3rd down, Barkley. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney.
And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down, Dillard steps away to his left. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. Santos' kick is up and through.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
3rd and 3. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
And the 49ers first down.
They'll run with Jefferson.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Purdy.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walker. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line.
Shotgun now with Purdy. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And throwing here, Purdy.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the 49ers take a 3-touchdown lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
27, Giants 6. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. On first down, Dillard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
So possession goes over here on the punt. The 49ers getting set to trot out there.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here's Purdy.
Touchdown 49ers.
Jamar Chase.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Giants 6. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The New York set to take the field.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side
and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw. Dillard, and that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
Purdy bootlegging it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
A 33-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Back to throw. Dillard.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And taken at the 46. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dillard.
Throw left side complete to Troutman. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. From the gun on 3rd down. Dillard. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Complete to his target, Jalen Hyatt.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. throwing on first down. Dillard. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Dillard. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Micah Parsons
In there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down.
On for the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. With plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Distance wasn't the problem, but he did need some help from the right upright, and he got it. A little kiss and in.
Yeah, unfortunately caught on the inside of the upright, and that pushed it through. This isn't like a baseball foul pole where you hit any part of it and it counts. It's got to go through the post. If he hits it on the outside, that's no good.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
And Walker once more.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
That's complete to Robinson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Back to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Kellen. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah,